Hi and welcome to this week's training session. This week we're going to take a look at the 6-step seminar and presenting that, and more really how to get effective use of using the 6 steps program. You know, when you put together a 6 steps workshop, I always suggest that it's very important for you to keep the momentum flowing on this. I would suggest instead of trying to do one per month with 100 people, you look at doing one every 2 weeks with 10 to 15 people. Every 2 weeks is quite easy. They're actually very easy to fill at that rate. For example, you would have your customers fill one for you. So you see one of your clients and say, hey, next month I need you to put 12 people in a room for me to present the 6 steps to. Do you think you can put 12 people in a room to do that? Or you might set them a goal of 20, so you end up with 12. So any client could almost put 12 people in the room. Your accountant could put 12 people in the room. Don't try and get people to put 100 in the room. Don't aim for yourself to get 100 in the room. Aim for every 2 weeks to have 12 people in front of you, or 12 separate businesses, or 10 separate businesses, whatever the number might be. But the point of it is that it's that consistent factor of always doing this, that consistent delivery of the message that helps you change and adapt to different audiences, but also how to become consistent in results in delivering this message. The 6-step seminar, getting people into it, is actually a relatively interesting phenomenon. I watch coaches all the time who are so happy to get someone in there, they forget that it's not about just getting them in there, it's actually about converting them out the other side. Getting a lead is one thing, but getting a sale is what it's all about. So getting excited about a lead is actually quite a waste of time. You know, until the money's in the bank, it's not in the bank. So what we need to establish is that the full 13 steps have to be worked with someone going into a 6-step seminar. You've got to remember, all it really should be looked at is a group diagnostic. This is a group coaching session where you're coaching them to make a purchase decision. So the 6-step seminar sells 2 things, group coaching and one-to-one coaching. Now, what does it use as an offer to sell that? It uses an offer to sell that the 2-day workshop. So your Business Academy 101 is used right there to make sure that you get the conversion on the day or on the night of running that event. Now, for the majority of people, they have a challenge because they don't try and sell on the event. All they're trying to do is get a diagnostic afterwards. Well, you've just done the diagnostic. Why are you going to go and do it a second time? This is a group diagnostic. You need that preparatory work, doing the coaching call beforehand, doing the questionnaire beforehand, all of these different stages that you need. And so it's valuable for you to make sure that you do your marketing a couple of weeks out for that event, to be able to give yourself the time to run the full 13 steps and then bring someone in to see if they suit coaching and how it would work for them. Now, presenting the information, I'm not really going to go through that today. There's plenty of DVDs that I've already done actually presenting the material myself. So you can watch one of those to garner how to present it, or watch other coaches that are out there in the marketplace presenting it. What I want to look at is the fact that you present all of the material with a view to making a sale. Remember, this is a workshop, by the way. This is not a seminar, it's a workshop. There is a workbook that goes with it. If you're not using the workbook, your conversion just won't be there. It's pretty simple. The workbook, professionally printed and bound, allows them to take notes, but also allows them to keep up with you, because there's a lot of info in this. Now, the reason there's a lot of info in it is because you want them assuming that you know so much more than they do. There's areas that you'll cover that they have no experience in. There's some areas that'll be a reminder. You've got to cover off all those different areas to be able to show them that within your seminar there's a bunch of material. Every time you present, everything you say is all about making the sale. Now, keeping that in mind, we get through to, I forget the slide number, but it's right towards the end. Now, the slide says, as you're making a decision. Now, all the way through, you've been making the sale. You know, when we work together, when you do the 5-way segment, you say, okay, if we work together for the next 12 months, if you read all the books that we have, if you watch all the DVDs, if you attend my workshops, as you do all of those things over the next 12 months, would it be possible to gain another 10% increase in your lead trend, in your number of leads? And so on and so on and so on. That's part of the 5 ways. Each part of building the 6 steps. Do you think if we work together over the next 12 months, we will be able to get a result of getting you working less in your business? All of these things, you always keep tying it back to you, back to you, back to you. Their results are dependent upon you working together. It's not an I, it's not a you, it's a we. When we work together over the next 12 months, could we as a team get the results of this? You come to the end, as you're making a decision, you put up the first part of the slide which says if you think education is expensive, try ignorance. They'll get a little bit of a giggle out of that. You might ask, so what do people think that means? Remember, participation equals results, which equals sales in this case. And then you go to the second one, and you read it out for them word for word. Have your skills and knowledge improved during this event to the point where you'd risk the future of your company on your ability to change your business without the help of a professional? And you go around the room and get them answering it. When you've got only 12 people, you can get them to answer it around the room. And of course the answers will be, well, you know, yeah, they've improved enough that I wouldn't risk it without a professional. Okay. So then the question is which one? And you go back to the options that you've already presented to them, being the group coaching or being the one-on-one coaching. And whether they take the Action Coach option of one-to-one coaching or whether they take the Action Club option of the group coaching, it really doesn't matter to you. Now, the offer comes back down to those 2-day workshops. How often are you running them? If they sign up tonight, they get that as their bonus. So you've got to make sure that you're using the conversion techniques in the 6-step seminar. I think it's fine to be able to deliver the seminar well, but what's more important is to be able to convert from it well. So the full 13 steps leading up to it, well, the full 11 steps prior to the workshop, and then the 12th is the workshop, and then the 13th is the congratulatory or thank you segment of the sales process. Then make certain that you follow those full steps, get the presentation, do it and do it well, move fairly quickly through it, have them using the workbook. The workbook's vital to your conversion rate, and having them do the workshop segment of it. Make sure that there is a coach sitting amongst every 3 or 4 business owners. Don't be just doing this from yourself on stage. You'll struggle to convert unless you've got assistance in the room. Okay, so team up with other coaches or have your team as part of that room. Whoever the coach is that's done the 20-minute call with them from their questionnaire, that should be the coach that's sitting with them, obviously. The presenter doesn't need to be the conversion, or the presenter doesn't need to be the person taking the coaching client on. They can be just the presenter. Now, if you're presenting and converting, then obviously you need to get down in amongst the room whilst they're doing the workshop activities, specifically the 5 ways activity. You really need to get down in amongst the room for that one. Make certain that the workshop aspect of it happens, make sure that the sales aspect of it happens, and make sure that you convert on the day. It's very important to get the conversions happening on the day, even if you've got someone that said beforehand, you know what, I really think I want to do this. Don't have them sign up just beforehand, say, yep, great, when you come along on the night we'll have a special offer for you to join up and become part of the program, because that one person doing it leads to momentum of others and so on down the track. Get that momentum up and running. But the biggest challenge that I see with most coaches is that fear of asking for the sale. Look, these people are more fearful of you not asking them for the sale. They're more scared of not doing anything than they are of doing something. So be sure, be confident, and you will get the results. Have a great seminar and keep enjoying. Now, before I finish, last thing, go online, post your BFOs for this for future coaches' reference so they can learn from what you teach them as well as what you put up as your BFOs. Have a great day.